Have you ever been in a room and just wondered what separates that one person everyone listens to from, well, everyone else? You know, it's not always about having the absolute best idea. It's about having the best delivery. Today, we're going to break down the communication framework that the elite use, the actual skills that give their words weight and their presence real authority. It is such a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You've got the drive, you've got the ideas, but for some reason your voice just seems to get completely lost in all the noise. It can make you feel invisible. But what if I told you this is a skill, not just a personality trait? It's something you can actually fix, and we can start right now. So, here's our game plan for building that authority. First, we'll dig into why your words matter so much in the first place. Then, we're going to forge that internal foundation with the right mindset. After that, we'll learn how to project that power outward with presence. And finally, we'll sharpen the whole thing with a focus on delivery and making a real impact.
All right, first things first. Let's set the stage. If you want to be seen as a powerful, respected leader, there just can't be a gap between your ambition and how you communicate. Simple as that. Your words have to match the level you're aiming for.
And really, this gets to the absolute heart of it. Your communication style is the gatekeeper to your credibility. It is the single deciding factor in whether people lean in and really listen, or if they just tune you out.
So where does a transformation like this even begin? Well, it's not with what you say, at least not at first. It's all about how you think. This brings us to our first pillar, mindset. Let's build that internal foundation.
The very first skill is to stop speaking to be liked and start speaking to lead. This all begins with a shift in your head. You have to walk into a room thinking, I am a leader, even if your title doesn't say so yet. Look, this isn't about being arrogant. It's about believing that your point of view matters and that you are there for a reason.
Just look at the difference a few words can make here. We do this all the time, right? We hedge with phrases like I think or I feel, and it subconsciously guts our own authority. This simple act of removing yourself from the statement, going from I think this to this is the path, instantly projects so much more certainty.
Okay, the second skill under mindset is emotional regulation. This quote is such a powerful reminder. When our emotions run high, our logic and our decision-making abilities just plummet. Emotional reactions don't just cloud your judgment, they absolutely destroy other people's confidence in you.
Think of a defensive emotional reaction like a toothpick. When you apply pressure, say in a really tough conversation, it gets rigid, it hardens, and then eventually it just snaps. It's a frail response. It shows you can't really handle a challenge. Now contrast that with a blade of grass. When pressure comes, it's flexible. It moves with the challenge, lets that emotion and data just pass right through it, and then it bounces right back to its original state, totally ready to respond logically and with composure. Now that is true power.
Okay, with a solid internal mindset, we can now focus on projecting that power outward. And this brings us to presence, how you command the room not just with what's in your head, but with your words and your actions.
Authority isn't about talking the most, it's about making your words count the most. It's all about making sure that when you do speak, your words have a clear purpose and a real impact. So, how do you speak with weight? You start by having a clear purpose. Before any meeting, any conversation, you need to know your target. Why are you here? What impact are you trying to make? That clarity, that's the source of your authority.
These are the habits of someone with authority. They treat their time like it's their most valuable asset. They always participate with a clear point of view, and they have the confidence to just step out of conversations where they can't add value. That last one is so key. Having the authority to say, my time is better spent elsewhere, that's a massive power move.
Now, this is a total game changer. Authority doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from guiding the conversation toward a solution. The best leaders, they shift their focus away from having all the answers to asking the right strategic questions.
I absolutely love this analogy. Think of a complex business problem like a hopelessly tangled necklace. Your job as a leader isn't to magically fix it. It's to ask the questions that help you find that one first thread you can pull to start untangling the entire mess, one piece at a time.
And here are some powerful examples. Just notice how the questions on the right totally elevate the conversation. They demand data, they focus on specific challenges, and they shift the thinking from just a short-term fix to a long-term, systemic solution. The quality of your questions will always determine the quality of your results.
So, you've got the mindset and the presence down. Now let's tie it all together with our final pillar,
Delivery. This is all about polishing your message so it lands with absolute precision and impact.
I want you to think of your core message, that one thing you absolutely need to communicate, as an airplane that needs to land.
This visual perfectly captures a super common mistake that's usually born from nervousness: over-explaining. We ramble, we repeat ourselves, we try to soften our feedback, and really what we're doing is just circling the runway. And it makes everyone listening uncomfortable and uncertain.
Confident communicators, though, they just land the plane. They deliver their message with clarity, grace, and directness. They say what they need to say, and then they stop. Boom. Message delivered, mission accomplished.
And of course, delivery isn't just about what you say. Your nonverbal signature can either amplify your words or totally betray them. Taking up space, projecting your voice, maintaining eye contact, these aren't just little habits. They are signals to everyone in the room that you believe in what you're saying. If you catch yourself whispering or hunching over, correct it. That small physical shift can create a huge mental one.
Let's put it all together. When you speak to lead, manage your emotions, command authority, ask strategic questions, and deliver with brevity, you're not just communicating a little bit better. You're operating on a completely different level, and that gives you a massive competitive advantage.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Don't wait for a title or for permission. The very next time you find yourself whispering or over-explaining or feeling uncertain, remember the powerful communicator you're in the process of building. And just ask yourself, what's one thing I can fix right here in this moment? Because that is exactly where the transformation begins.